Welcome back, Planeswalkers. Theorix6 here with more Magic the Gathering Arena. Be sure to head over to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a fantastic deal. You'd die if you didn't use it. Today we are diving into the depths of depravity with Deathtouch Tribal. It's a fun deck. It's not necessarily like a good deck, quote unquote. It is meant to be super fun. As you can see, I did actually have decent success with it, and a lot of that, I will say, was due to the fact that I was doing this in unranked mode, and my matches seemed to be relatively fair. And the ability to just kill anything with Deathtouch creatures is very nice. I think you may have noticed that we are running 61 cards, and the reason for that is 22 lands. I should just say 23 lands with 60 cards. It felt like often too much. I would flood out a decent amount, and 22 lands was way too few. So I ended up doing 23 with a 61 card deck, and that has seemed to work out relatively well. So we are running, of course, every creature in this deck has Deathtouch, because it can't be Deathtouch Tribal without that. And I should note that I'm not taking advantage of Pestilent Spirit, other than the fact that Menace plus Deathtouch is actually really nice, because you get to kill 2 creatures for free, essentially. I will be making a Pestilent Spirit style of deck that takes advantage of a second ability, just for the future, just so you guys know that. But yeah, we're running 4 Hide Prisoners, because it's a rat, essentially. I can never remember. Typhoid Rat, there we go. It's a nice 1-drop that we can go ahead and play in curve, and it works nicely with Gruesome Menagerie. For what it's worth, there weren't many other 1-drops that really fit the deck. Like, theoretically, you could throw in... Actually, let's go ahead and show you guys the Deathtouch. Okay, I hit caps because I'm trash. Death. I'll just do death. Like, this can get Deathtouch until end of turn. It is a decent in that it's a 1-2, but the other one really is only Twilight Panther. So I just opted for having a glut of other costs. That said, if you find that you really need something to do, then the Skittering Horde does work. I am playing 4 Direfleet Poisoners, which is nice because it's a surprise Deathtouch creature. So your opponent can feel like they're safe, they attack into you, and you just say, nah, you're dead, you're dead, you know. For what it's worth, the Flash is also nice if you want to bluff removal spells. We actually aren't running very many quote-unquote real removal spells, but it is nice to bluff that from time to time, and Direfleet Poisoner allows you to do that. Orzhov Enforcer is fantastic, because I think that's a she. She has Deathtouch, is a 1-2, which is all you really need for Deathtouch, to be honest. But she also has Afterlife, so even after she dies, we're going to get some use out of the creature. So she's functionally a 2-3, 1 damage of that is Deathtouch, so that's nice. We are running 2 Pounce as our instant speed fight spell. Initially, I was running Prey Upon because it was a cheaper card, but the ability to actually have something to add instant speed is sometimes helpful. It hasn't come up too many times, but it is sometimes helpful. Rabid Bite is our main source of removal because your opponent doesn't get to deal damage back, so you can kill a large creature with a hired poisoner. I've killed Gate Colossi, I've killed Italis, I've killed, let's see, what other things have I hit? Hydroid Crises with Rabid Bite, and they just die, and it's great. It kills everything. It's effective. Pestilent Spirit, as I said before, it has Menace and Deathtouch, which is really nice. You're going to be able to get guaranteed at least 2 kills, because 2 creatures have to block it if they want to not take damage from it. For what it's worth, if they triple block it, all 3 of them die. I don't know why they would ever triple block it, but they might. And so it's a really nice way to just push damage through, since the rest of our creatures aren't very large. Isareth, very similar to our Pestilent Spirit friend here, is a sizable body. So being able to have an actual threat that also has Deathtouch is really nice. And she is able to get some of our lower cost cards back from the grave. She can rebuy our Poison Tip Archers, which is very helpful once you get to the super grindy late game. So that is very helpful. That said, she is just a 2 of, because I wanted to run more of Ochran Assassin. Now, Ochran Assassin, you might be thinking, this isn't that great, but it is. You force all creatures to block Ochran Assassin. They do not have a choice, unless, of course, there's something mitigating their ability to block. But every creature has to block it, and that means a few things. One of which is you get to attack with everything, and you know for a fact you'll be able to hit your opponent, because everything that they have has to block Ochran. Additionally, if you use this in conjunction with something like Status to give her at least 2 power, you're going to be able to kill 2 of the most important targets that your opponents have, and this is functionally guaranteed. The reason I say functionally is because they can still counter Status or whatever, but those 2 things together make Ochran Assassin actually a lot better than I expected. So initially, Isareth was at 3 and Ochran was at 2, but I made that switch relatively quickly once I got that nice Status combo. Poison Tip Archer is kind of the cream of the crop in this deck. I mean, of course, it is still a relatively small body, being just a 2/3 for 4, but a nice thing is it has reach, so we're going to be able to deal with, Drakes and Niv Mizzets. For what it's worth, we haven't had to come up against those yet. I'm sure as soon as I hit record, it's going to be nothing but like mono blue tempo and full-on Izzet Drakes and things. But whenever another creature dies, your opponent gets drained some, so it's very helpful when you're attacking with creatures that have Deathtouch. So if your opponent wants to not take damage, let's say they're at a really low life total, like 5, if you're attacking for 5 damage and they have to block, let's say it's Direfleet Poisoner and Pestilent Spirit, right? They have to have 3 creatures to block those, and 5 creatures will die, and they are in a situation where they just can't do anything about it. So having a nice sort of a combo of I don't want to lose my creatures, but I also don't want to take their life is very nice to have with Poison Tip Archer. And when you get multiples of these cards, it's fantastic. So I've talked a little bit about Status already. Typically what we end up using this for is to double up on Deathtouchers that are 1 power. Since the majority of our creatures already have Deathtouch, we don't really care too much about the actual Deathtouch. The buff is helpful. But we can, and I have, used this on the Afterlife tokens from Orzhov Enforcer, just to give a surprise to your opponent who thinks, oh, I can attack freely. This is just a 1/1 that does nothing. So you can get a nice surprise there. Additionally, the ability to have the flexibility to have Statue in the deck to just help you out in those situations where you need quote-unquote true removal is very strong. We are running 3 Gruesome Menageries. Usually you're only going to really get like 2 things back. That's just because of how this deck is curved out. But it is a very helpful card when we aren't running card draw. And the reason we're not running like some form of card draw is pretty much essentially just because I wanted this deck to be like a cohesive flavor, and Gruesome Menagerie fit a lot better. And of course we're running 2 Tetzimocs because we need a large creature that sometimes just wins us the game for us. So Tetzimoc is the weird elder dinosaur turtle thing that can kill a bunch of creatures. It gives you something to do in the early game if you have extra mana to spare. Typically I don't, but it is something to do. And of course this is our mana base. I've tried to pick like this one obviously looks death touchy. The forests were really hard, so I picked this because it kind of looks like maybe those flowers are poisonous. I don't know. But yeah, the mana base has been fine. I haven't played a ton of games with 23 lands and 61 cards. I think I switched that 2 or 3 games ago into my practice, but I will possibly change it up if too many of the games are just like not working out. Also, for what it's worth, I've been having weird internet problems, so I might randomly disconnect and have to reconnect throughout this, but hopefully that doesn't happen. There we go. Mazra. That's not a good hand. Alright, so I need to keep note. This is a bad hand because of the land count. This is an okay hand. No, I think I want more lands. Pounce is nice, but I think I'd rather just have more lands. Uh-oh. Going up against red. Not the best position. Is it mono red? No, okay, cool. So it's possibly dinosaurs? Nope, it is probably the red-green deck then. Darn. Well, we have plenty of poisoners, and I'll probably end up trying to kill this gentleman. So typically our matchups have been pretty fine, you know. I can definitely predict this deck being a quote-unquote real one. See if my opponent... Yep, okay. So that's fine. They essentially spent 3 mana to draw a card, right? Because they were going to kill this anyway. So they functionally just spent mana to draw a card, and I'm fine with that. Ow. Can I draw land? Yes. I will go ahead and Isareth, I think. Because if they do end up just playing this next turn, I can swing with Isareth, you know, pay mana to get Direfleet Poisoner back, and all of a sudden I have a decent board once again. Alright. For what it's worth, I do think this is a pretty creature-heavy deck. So, my expectation... Yeah. My expectation is I'm going to be able to kill whatever the heck they have. Unfortunately, that is... Oh, it doesn't have Hexproof during my turn. Interesting. Well, still, I think the correct decision is to attack in and get back the Poisoner. Let's go ahead and take that action. Let's pay 2. It's very strange that they're making me actually manually pay for it. For what it's worth, she is kind of a non-bow with Gruesome Menagerie because of the fact that they exile when they die. But, yeah, cool. I'll take that trade. I'm fine with that trade. Now, I could have technically held up double status in order to kill that and still have an Isareth, but I didn't think it was that worth it. So my opponent can now Growth Jammer Guardian into directly getting a counter. They could... Okay. My opponent apparently did not want to play with me. I am a little surprised. I guess their hand was bad? I don't know. That feels very strange, but I'm not going to complain. A win is a win. Maybe they just don't like Deathtouch. Bum, bum. Yep. That is expected. Just being strange. There we go. This is a great hand. We have a 1, a 2, and 2 3s with the mana to cast it. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan, Stan. And we have Ochran Assassin. Heck yeah. If this is some sort of large deck. Alright, I will take that block every time. You always bolt the bird. And I functionally bolted the bird. So, I'm totally fine with that. Everything in my deck has Deathtouch, my friend. Oh, he's playing elves. Okay. Alright, I'm still going in. Yeah, sure, that's fine. So I could Direfleet Poisoner for the Janks, but I think Pestilent Spirit is just a better choice here. Because it's either 3 guaranteed damage, they have to use a removal spell on it, or I get to kill 2 creatures. I don't need to block that. What am I, some sort of loser? Alright. I'm attacking with all. Sure, take the damage. I am not afraid of you, friend. I'm actually just... I think I'm going to hold up Direfleet Poisoner. Nah, I'll play another Pestilent Spirit. I like the damage. Because our deck does run out of gas quickly. I assume they have cards like Rabid Bite. Do I want to block the Centaur? No. I get more value in the race. But I assume they have cards like Rabid Bite and, well, how nice that I have a card like Rabid Bite. Maybe I should save that for a bigger card. Because if I end up playing like a land into Nullhide Ferox, I'd want to be able to kill that. Yeah, I think this is fine. Just attack again. Set him down to 10. And I'll probably end up just holding up Direfleet Poisoner this turn. Why can't I do math? Wait. What? 3, 6, 7? Oh, right, they're at 15. I'm so dumb. Alright, so here I'm going to go ahead and save a couple points of damage. Although, I do see that I would have lethal if I don't. Yeah, I'll go to 8. Even if they had just Titanic Growth, it'd be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's use this. Cancel that. I would rather, I guess, use it on Direfleet Poisoner, because it's like technically less likely to just die. I wonder what's in their hand. It's kind of lame that they did get kind of mana screwed. But oh, and they're also not playing elves. They're just playing mono green things. But for what it's worth, I'm playing a jank deck. Like yesterday's video wasn't necessarily a jank deck. It was definitely like a suboptimal deck in the fact that we were playing Super Friends meshed with a gate deck. But today, this is solidly in jank territory. Do hope you guys enjoy. Stop doing this to me. I do hope you guys enjoy the jank decks, even though they're not technically competitively optimized or anything like that. Typically, what I end up doing is, you know, during the early portion of a set, I'll explain. Stop that. The game hates me. I'm on ready right now, like, to make sure that I'm able to do things. Stop being mean to me, game. Game. I hate you. Stop this. Thank you. I had, like, no reason to do that, but whatever. But yeah, so I tend to... Ooh, we only have 3 drops. But we have, like, good mana, so I'm keeping it. The beginning of the season, I like to, you know, try out the wackier decks that have been produced. Then during about the middle of the season, I'll end up doing a combination of popular decks and my rotation of decks that I like to play constantly, like zombies and Bolas and Muldrotha. And near the end of the season, I try to bring back super wacky decks. Because, you know, at the end of the season, people are kind of bored already. They've kind of seen it all. So I try to go really off the walls with what I include in my decks. So, black whites. Alright, the fear is real. But I did just draw a Direfleet Poisoner. So I think the correct decision is pass the turn and kill the Johnny's Pridemate. I could also Pestilent Spirit. I could Isareth. Isareth might be better, because it is more mana efficient this turn. I'm gonna see how Isareth does on defense, because they don't have a way currently to just gain life. Like, if they had a Johnny's the 1-mana enchantment that gains life whenever a creature comes in. I have no idea what the actual name of it is. If they have that, then just playing a creature would allow them to gain life and make a Johnny's Pridemate large enough to kill Isareth. But since they don't, Spying Client, yeah, that's fine. I will still trade here because Johnny's Pridemate is a very strong, scalable card, but very nice that they did not have the ability to do anything about that. I could Ochran Assassin now and Poison Tip Archer the following turn, because that allows me to take advantage of Ochran Assassin's Deathtouchy ability. My opponent is likely to attack with the Inspiring Cleric to try and like fudge out a block, but I think this is the better option. No attacks. If I draw land, I could even Isareth out a dead Ochran Assassin. At like the turn after, of course. Yeah, let's see what our opponent does here. They might on Sarah's Wings. Conclave Tribunal. On Ochran Assassin, alright. My opponent does not like the idea of Ochran Assassin coming out. I think the correct answer is Ochran Assassin. This shows them that I have some sort of play, but I just think this is correct. I could attack with Isareth, but I think it's better not to because it disincentivizes them from attacking with Bishop. So. Our two semi-janky decks are seemingly equally matched. Alright, end of combat. And I'll go ahead and play this now. And my opponent might have a Seal Away. So I'm going to attack with Ochran Assassin only to kill the Johnny's Pridemate. I think that's fine, especially since I can bring it back with Isareth. Yeah, I think this is correct. You are forced to block. Thank you. I wish there was a thank you emote, but there isn't. I mean, there's a nice emote. I wish that you're able to respond to that. I do think the emote system needs to be fleshed out a little bit more. Hello? No, this is Patrick. No, this is Patrick. No, this is Patrick. I am not a crusty crab. Do I want to block an Inspiring Cleric? Kinda. I get damage off of this, so I'm fine with that. My opponent might have some sort of card that cares about something dying recently, but I can't think of any. No, alright, cool. Ooh, look at what we have. I think I will attack with Isareth and bring back a Direfleet Poisoner. Isareth might die, but I do get something out of it. Take action. 2. Stop. Why do you make me do this? Go ahead and get this back. And will you block? They will block. Do they have a special thing? That's fine. It still dies. Deathtouch is great. Now I'm going to start chunking you with my Poison Tip Archers. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. I'll leave the Overgrown Tomb in my hands. No reason to necessarily show them that I have it. Why are you saying nice? I'm playing Deathtouch cards. They might sweep my board, I guess. Do I block with Poison Tip Archer? Ugh. Do I block with Poison Tip Archer? Go to 9. Attack them. I think I'm okay for right now. I'd like to not be drawing lands. There's 6 lands out. If I draw Tetzimoc, I think I would rather be able to just... Oh, I should have played this then. That was a dumb on my part. Definitely should have played that. But I'd like to be able to use his ability once and then cast him. If I had played this first, I would have been able to use his ability twice and then cast him. So I can't reasonably go down to 3 because they might have another Vampire Sovereign. So I'm definitely going to block at least that one. I can block the other one too. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm just in a kind of a dangerous position here, so... If I draw another status statue, I'll be able to dab away the Conclave Tribunal. What do you do? Okay, just flying and lifelink. I'm surprised by that block. If they block the Poisoner, you can't block that as Menace. Okay. So next turn, I will be able to bring Poison Tip Archer back, so that's helpful. As long as Isareth is around, of course. Leave Isareth alone. My opponent does attack. Comes down to 7. No! Oh, Menagerie. Do I have a... I only have 3 drops in there. That is awkward. But... I'm paying 5 mana to get Isareth back. I can only choose this one. Choose a creature. What the hell? Why does this say it has Deathtouch? What is going on? Why can't I select this? Why can't I select this? Did I do a weird disconnect? No, everything seems fine. What the hell? Dude, seriously? I can't do anything. I can't fail to find. I cannot do anything. What? Why is this happening? Why does it say it has Deathtouch? Oh, right. It says it has Deathtouch because of Pestilent Spirit. I can't choose anything. All right. I'm gonna try to fix this. I'm gonna exit the game. Can I exit the game? I can't even exit the game. What hell? God damn it. And load it back up. I don't know why that happened. That's very frustrating. Hopefully I can get back into that match. Okay, I'm back in the match. I'm still counting down, but I had 2 timers. It's in the same thing. What the hell? I can't do anything. I've never seen that happen before. What? I've absolutely Gruesome Menageried for one before. For one creature. This is insanity. I guess I'm just gonna try and... Don't I, like, immediately lose the game if I time out? Oh, no, I think it's the second timeout. No! I lost the game! What the hell? If anyone knows what just happened, please let me know. I feel like that game was ours. Our opponent still had a couple more cards in their hand, but we had them in the race. Even if they killed that Isareth, we still would have raced them, I believe. Oh no, I guess they had lifelink, so we would have needed to keep Isareth alive. But still, that's... Well, that's incredibly frustrating. I guess I have to file a freaking bug report. That's ridiculous. I really should stop buying Allegiance packs. Oh, okay, cool. But the reason is because I own most of the cards now. Yeah, I own all of the rares. I am flabbergasted. Well, I'd like to thank my lovely patrons for their continued support, especially Salamander Zaraga. If you'd like to join them in supporting my sanity, you'll find links to that in the description down below, along with links to the Discord and links to AetherHub. I hope you enjoyed whatever this was. If you did, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, and cast a comment to the comment section down below. I'm gonna, I don't know, try contacting Yogg-Sothoth after this. Anyway, until next time, all will be one.